Look, disappointing loss for us. I don't think we played as well as we're capable of playing, and yet you got to give those guys credit. I mean, they beat us today, and we had our opportunities. I don't think we played, obviously as well on offense as we had played the first 2 weeks. Give their defense credit. Defensively, we just gave up too many explosive plays, and that was really the key to the game, is the explosive plays that we gave up, and really kind of our inability to move the ball offensively.
What happened on that last explosive? Just
we ran it into each other. We kind of knew that was the guy that they were going to try to throw the ball to. We had a double on him, and we just ran into each other and created an explosive play. And so, it's disappointing.
How difficult is it to contain their quarterback, Jalen Hurts? You got him 4 times today.
Yeah, I think it's extremely hard. I mean, he's a heck of an athlete, really good football player, makes it challenging on every single down, and I thought he executed well today.
And as well as snippets of Eric McCoy going out early for you offense.
Yeah, I mean it's a big blow. I think he's an important part to our offensive line and the way that we play up front, and so that was difficult to lose him. And yet, it's part of the game, and we've got to be able to step up and be able to, still play at an acceptable level when we lose guys like that.
How many adjustments do you have to make in particular when you lose the center? Is that a bigger deal? Just even taking away how good of a player he is when you lose that particular position.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's difficult, both from a mental standpoint and that guy, making sure we're getting in, onto the right people and doing the right things, and not to mention the fact that he's probably one of our better players on our offensive line. So I think that was certainly a factor in the game, and yet, we have to be able to still perform.
Dennis, was Goddard in some ways sort of the recipient of something's got to give when you have to pay that much attention to a run game that's like that?
Yeah, I think in particular early on in the game, but I think as the game wore on, we had a couple of calls to try to take him away, and we just didn't do a good enough job of doing that, So we'll learn from it and we'll improve from it.
And when you say you thought he was the guy on that play, you just meant in the game they've been trying to get it to him, or you recognized something on that specific play that you thought they tried?
Well, no, I think as the game went on, I felt like they were trying to find ways to get him the ball. In particular, after Devontae Smith went out of the game, I thought that was the guy they were trying to get the ball to.
And how about on the 65-yard touchdown run? What leaked there?
I'm going to have to look at the tape to see exactly what happened on that. I mean, look, at the end of the day, the kid made a great run, and once he got into space, he's a hard guy to catch, a hard guy to get down.
Going for it on that 4th down, is that just seeing a chance to put the game away, maybe? Or?
Yeah, it was trying to win the game, and I felt like, we need to be able to get a yard.
Did you just, on that specific play, did you get word that it wasn't worth reviewing the spot on that?
Well, it's technically a turnover, so you can't challenge. So New York looked at it, and it stayed.
You guys had a good offensive rhythm to start the game, then after that it kind of got bogged down. Did they make adjustments, or what do you attribute that to?
Listen, I think they did a good job. I think, when you look at it, I think they did a better job up front than we did, and I think that's really where it started. Again, that's a good football team that we played today. I mean, it's a team that was, in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, and they started the season out 10-1 last year. So it's a good team. They beat us today. We got to regroup and get ready for Atlanta.
Is that kind of why the run game didn't have as much success as you guys are hoping for, just the trenches?
Yeah, I think it starts up there, and so, I think as you get back in and you watch the tape, we'll have a better feel for exactly, what the issues were. I don't think we were as good from an assignment standpoint across the board today. I think we made too many mistakes, and when you play a good team and you make mistakes, they take advantage of it, and I thought they did that today.
Was Taysom close to going today?
Yeah, look, we ended up deciding, to rule him out. I'm hopeful that he'll be ready to go next week.
Dennis,
Is Derek
was
hurt?
DeMario
He looked like he was limping and being like.
Yeah, it looked like he took a shot on the last play, but I didn't get any report from the trainers on him.
was DeMario dealing with something? I didn't think I saw him on the field on that.
Yeah, there at the end of the game, he had a little, whether hamstring or groin tightness.
Dennis, how do you think your team responded to the adversity that it faced in this game, since it was the first time all season?
Well, I'd say not good enough. And yet we gave ourselves some chances. We just didn't. They just executed better than we did. So we'll have to get ready to make some corrections and get ready for Atlanta.
And when you say, obviously you got to get a yard to win the game in that play, I mean, does the ineffective of the run game and the injuries to McCoy and Caesar weigh in on you at all, or you say it's a yard, we got to get that?
Yeah, I think we got to get a yard. I don't think that weighed into the decision one way or the other. And like I said, I think they just executed better than we did. Okay, guys, thanks.